Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to be joined today by Winter Spring Executive Director Julie Lockhart. Julie, good to see you again. How are you today?
Good to see you, Craig. Thanks.
All right, so tomorrow I know is a big day for you guys, but before we talk about that, tell anybody who's not familiar with the organization, what is Winter Spring?
Winter Spring helps children, teens, and adults who have experienced the pain of loss to embrace life again. And we have compassionate phone support. We do assessment when people are interested in doing group support to make sure they're group ready. We have groups for various types of loss, as well as children's program and teen programs in the middle and high schools in Jackson County.
Certainly do a lot of good. Okay, so we have an event tomorrow because tomorrow is International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. Tell us what you're doing.
So it's every year the Saturday before Thanksgiving. This is an international event hosted by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, as well as 3 local groups, Winter Spring, the Jackson County Suicide Prevention Coalition, and Columbia Care. And the event starts with a video from the national office, and then we take a break, and then after that we have a local panel, and we will have 5 people that have experienced a suicide loss in their lives, talk about their loss, what they did to get through it, kind of things that maybe can help people get some hope about healing. Because healing is possible, even though grief really never completely goes away.
And I know it's a difficult question to ask, but I'm going to try. For what advice do you have for anyone who is trying to heal from something so horrible?
Well, this is a really tragic event, and a lot of times there's trauma involved for the person that perhaps has found the body, or even imagining what the body must have looked like, or whatever the details are. And so we do recommend getting help, because it's a much more challenging loss for most people that we see, and because there's just a wide range of emotions, and not only are they going to feel sad, but they may feel anger, they may feel self-blame, a lot of guilt. So those are the kinds of things that I think are really important. So getting help is extremely important, and we have a workshop coming up on December 12th for suicide loss, and we have a suicide loss support group starting in February. So we'll have that information on our website,
Very good.
which is winterspring.org.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Winter Spring Executive Director Julie Lockhart. Tomorrow, Saturday, International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. Tell people again what you guys are doing for this.
Okay, it's at the Smolin Center. Doors open at 9:30. The event goes from 10 to 12:30. There will be a video, and there will also be a local panel and a possibility and opportunity for questions and answers. It's a really wonderful healing opportunity for people.
And open to anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, of course. All right, so what other events? You do have something else coming up in a couple weeks?
We do. We're co-hosting with the Compassionate Friends the worldwide candle lighting, and that is also kind of an international event. It's a ritual, really, for people who've lost children. And it could be because their child took their own life. It could be a child of any age, like infants as well as adults. So it starts at 6:30, and it is at the Smolin Center, just like the International Survivors Day.
Okay.
And anyone who's lost a child is welcome, or you can come if you have people who you're supporting who've lost a child.
Okay, all right. So since we're talking about suicide loss and all of these things, is there any particular age group susceptible to suicide?
Well, I'm on the Jackson County Suicide Prevention Coalition, so part of the challenge that we see is the teens and young adults, as well as aging adults, seem to be the most susceptible, but certainly suicide crosses all age groups. And there's a couple of suicide hotlines I'd like to tell you about. One is the national hotline at 1-800-273-8255, and the other is the Jackson County Mental Health, which has a crisis line at 541-774-8201. A lot of times when people are grieving too, they get suicidal thoughts, so it's really important to have these numbers on hand. And we know that grief can get better, but when you're in that kind of deep lost state, sometimes people do feel suicidal, especially if they've lost a loved one to suicide.
All right, well, Julie, it's so good to see you again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.